Well, we can see the end result here, but I'm going to have Mike pull out. We can see the relation of the aircraft crash site to the Lodi Airport. So this plane would have departed from Lodi Airport. That's going to show up on the right side of the screen. They would have made a right turn, and that's when he had his engine trouble. There's the airport right there. So Mike, let's go ahead and come back down to that field. So he came down. Now, as pilots, we're always looking, let me get the skid here out of the shot here for you. But we're always looking for, the safest place to land in an emergency. That's just part of our psyche as pilots. So he knew this field was here. He knew at some point, I'm not going to make it back to the airport. So here's what he did. He found this field. He came in here. We found the tracks from his wheels. We can see where he touched down here, but you have a heavy airplane and it takes a lot to slow it down. So look at those tracks. They come down. Now you're asking yourself, how does he clip a truck? Well, he clipped the truck because he ended up crossing the road right up here. So there he goes across the road into the vineyard, and now this is very soft ground, so those wheels dig in, and that causes the plane to flip over. The upside is he's had all of that time to slow the aircraft down, so once it does get to this point, it's a real slow rollover, and that is why that wasn't such a severe impact here and why everybody was able to get out safely.
Great illustration there, and yeah, still just amazing that everyone walked away. All right, thanks, Dave. And again, amazing that no one was hurt in that crash. Tom Miller just talked to somebody who was on board that plane. He reports tonight from the Lodi Airport.
The company Parachute Center owns and operates the plane involved. Talking with the owner, he tells me that he's not sure what caused the crash other than the propeller stopped spinning. However, since then, flights here have resumed. We went inside the center and saw customers continuing to gear up for later jumps. Some of the people here are the same passengers who were on that plane that crashed. The company, Parachute Center, has been involved in a string of recent incidents. We asked the owner if he believes his company is safe and talked with a passenger who describes being on board that harrowing crash.
We flew up and then something happened, and then we're landing and then everything's crashing, everything's rolling. And then boom, we're on the ground, upside down, everything's dark, people start yelling, get out, get out, get out, and we're getting out, and yeah, the plane's like...
I feel like one's too many, two's a lot, but no, we haven't done anything that would contribute. We may, see one issue, we straighten that out, and then the next day, next week, or 2 years later, we have another incident totally unrelated. So I don't think we're unsafe.
Within the hour, we saw sheriff's deputies speaking with the owner here at Parachute Center. Ultimately, it will be up to the NTSB and FAA to investigate what went wrong. Reporting in Acampo, I'm Tom Miller, KCRA 3 News.
And you can see much more video of the plane crash result from Livecopter 3 and photos from the ground on the KCRA 3 mobile app. And you can be the first to know when we have any breaking news just by signing up for the breaking news alerts. Well, 2 women are recovering tonight following an ATV accident in the foothills. The Highway Patrol says a man and 2 women rolled an ATV down a steep hill this morning. This is near the town of Cool in El Dorado County. The CHP sent a picture of their helicopter crew rescuing one of the women. When the ATV rolled, a 52-year-old woman suffered a broken leg, broken ribs, and a concussion. The other woman was taken by ambulance with cuts to her head and arms and some rib injuries. The man who was driving the ATV was not hurt.
Just one day before Governor Brown unveils his revised May budget, we are learning now that California is $1 billion short of projections in personal income taxes. KCRA 3's Mike Lurie is live at the Capitol to explain why and what's at stake here, Mike.
That's right, Kelly. That $1 billion hit is from personal income taxes in April, the most important month for revenues in the state. And it means that Governor Brown tomorrow will likely have some very stern words for some of the folks inside this building who want to spend more money. A recent slump in the stock market is causing a major cash crunch for California. The $1 billion shortfall comes primarily from capital gains, the taxes people pay after selling a stock.
Capital gains is one of the most important sources of revenue for personal income tax, which makes up 2/3 of the state budget. So when the market sneezes, the budget can catch a cold.
And that cold could affect kids, especially those needing child care while their parents work. Nancy Gray is a child care provider who takes care of 14 kids with an assistant. She says many families out there are struggling.
One of them for a while there was paying me her entire paycheck, just to get child care started for her child when